welcome and good morning to this 1 hour long yoga practice that's sequenced to really help set you up for the day. So the reason I've sequenced this class to start first thing in the morning is it's a really grounding practice, and I found when we work a lot with the inhale, which we'll be doing in this class, we bring in on an energetical level all these feelings like joy, contentment, freedom. So it sets us up on an energetical scale, but also on a physical scale, we're opening out the heart, which is associated with the thoracic. And I find a lot of us tend to close off the thoracic quite a lot, so we round with daily tasks like driving, working in a desk, phones. So we're in a lot of this forward tilt motion, so it can feel really good first thing to open up the thoracic, the heart, and draw in. That will help us create more space to draw in more of the inhale. So you'll see gradually as we begin to move from shape to shape, that will slowly begin to lift the inhale and maybe hold and stop in the shape just to feel the space we've created in kind of from this point up. So to begin, you can find a seat and just allow all of the information that I've just blurbed out to fall away, and just trust that whatever's meant to be left will be left. So without any grasping or gripping on what I've just said, just finding a comfortable seat, either cross-legged or maybe even a chair, anything where the spine is long. And if you are finding a seat comfortable cross-legged like Sukhasana, I've just elevated the hips on a block. So bringing the hip creases higher than the knees will just give a little bit more freedom to sit as we begin to draw our awareness in to start the practice. So when you're ready, finding that first shape. And you can rest the hands either on the lap or on the thighs, and to begin, just gently allow the eyes to close and to soften down. And just a few minutes, a few moments to reflect and bringing awareness to the moment by first noticing the physical body. And you might just gently scan from the crown of the head all the way down through the face, the neck, shoulders to the feet, and just notice what presents on a physical level for you this morning. Places that feel dull, maybe sticky, tight. Places that are gripping. Maybe around the jaw, for a lot of us, the neck, the shoulders. Arms. And then begin to add on from that by noticing deeper layers. So now take it one step further, maybe notice anything that presents in the organs. Digestion. Eyes. Maybe noticing how the nervous system sits this morning. Does it feel jarred, agitated? And today, is it more smooth, relaxed? And begin to notice the color of your mood. The temperament. And not only can you begin to notice the temperament of the mood you bring to the mat this morning, can you begin to find the courage to lean into that? So whether you think of this mood as negative or positive, Just beginning to lean a little bit more into whatever it is you feel, almost like you give yourself acceptance to feel whatever is there. And perhaps as you begin to notice and lean in, the temperament doesn't hold as much power. And then begin to turn your awareness on the texture of your thoughts and get curious of the thought process this morning. So what crosses the inner screen? Are you distracted, busy? Is it hard to focus? Or today is it more calm, spacious, thoughtless? And now begin to drop all of that and try your best just to come into stillness. And please begin to deepen your breath. If you're familiar with Ujjayi, a soft Ujjayi now, restricting the muscles at the base of the throat, lips sealed. And if you're not familiar with Ujjayi, just sealing the lips and beginning to breathe in and out of the nose. Slow breath in. And slow breaths out. Allow the inhale to fill from the lower belly as the diaphragm moves down. Upper belly, side ribs, maybe even up to the heart. And then as you exhale, feel the slight contraction of navel pull in to back body and slightly up. And exaggerate the breath, exaggerate the movement. So slow breaths into the belly, filling up the whole of the space, the side ribs, the top belly, maybe even the lift of the heart. And then slow breath out to empty all of your breath. Allow the abdomen to soften as you breathe in. And softly contract as you breathe out. And just from this simple technique, beginning to notice how this creates a different opportunity for the mind. And we're going to do a pranayama, a breathing technique called square breath. So we'll breathe in for 4 and we'll pause for 4. We'll breathe out for 4 and we'll pause for 4. So there's little kumbhaka, they're called breath retentions, in the middle of the inhale and the exhale. And if it feels too much to have this hold or this pause, then you drop the retention and just stick with the same rhythm as my count. So to begin, empty all of your breath out. And collective breath, inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4. One more together, in, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4. And you'll continue at your own rhythm in 4, pause, 4, out, 4, pause, 4. Keeping the shoulders relaxed and the spine nice and tall. And as you pause in the breath retention, the kumbhaka, you not only suspend the breath, you begin to suspend the mind. So feel the space that lies in between the breaths. And finish your last round of breath, emptying all the air out of the lungs, and drop the breathing technique. Just come into a breath that feels natural for you. And then when you're ready, you can open the eyes. So we're going to start this morning's practice on the back. So you can remove all the props and just extend the legs long, come all the way down. Create a little bit of space in between the legs, rest the hands down beside the body. Rest the hands down beside the body. And then on your next inhale, lift the right arm up and over the head. And as you do that, powerfully flex the left toes to the shin. And then as you exhale, full breath out, empty all the breath vessel. Hand comes back down beside the body. Other hand, left arm reaches overhead. Right toes flex to the shins. Exhale, full breath out. Add in a count this time. Right arm lifts, left toes flex. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Other side for 5. Release. One more each side for 6. Little pause at the top. Exhale, empty it all. Smooth in for 6. Left arm. Exhale completely. Relax the foot. Release the hand down beside. Bend the knees. Plant the feet. Press down through the feet and inhale. Lift the arms overhead. Stay with the arms as they are and then slowly lower vertebrae by vertebrae, hips back down to the earth. Again, press down through the feet. Inhale, lift the hips. Hold at the top. Take the hands to release back down beside the hips, possibly interlace the hands. Walk the shoulders in, lift the heart for 5. Press the back of the head into the floor, 4. Lift the heart a little bit more, 3, 2, 1. And release, slowly come all the way back down. Guide the knees into the chest, nice big squeeze, cross at the ankles, and a few rocks up and down the spine to come all the way forward, tabletop. Take the shoulders to stack the wrists, the hips on top of the knees. Tuck the toes, drop the belly, sweet breath into the heart, look up. And then as you exhale, draw the chin into the throat, lift up, downward facing dog. Again, inhale, lower the knees down to the mat. Drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, chin to chest, move back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lower the knees, lift the heart. Drop the belly, shoulders lightly draw together. Exhale, chin to chest, move back, downward facing dog. Take a slow breath in. Allow the heels to melt to the earth as you exhale.
Spread your fingers nice and wide, ground down through the base knuckle of the first finger. And as you press the hands forward and down, feel the side body lengthen. Sitting bones travel further to the space above. If you're a little bit tight in the hamstrings, bend the knees, no drama at all. Take a big breath in to extend through the side waist again. And as you exhale, spiral the inner thighs to the back of the mat. Slow breath in. Long breath out. Look between the hands. Slowly step all the way to the front of the mat. Bend the knees, scoop the ground, chair pose. You should have put a Hatha in, I forgot. And then exhale, straighten the legs, release the hands, Samastitihi. Take the feet about an inch width apart, so there's just a little bit of space in between the feet. And then inhale, lift the arms forward and above the head. Ground down through the feet. Feel the slight back bend at the top, and then exhale, full breath out to empty it all. Again, inhale, lift. This time come high onto the toes. Arms overhead, gaze steady out to the horizon. Exhale, slowly descend. A little bit harder than it looks. Again, inhale for 6. Exhale, lower 6. Inhale for 7. See if you can make the movement as smooth as you can, and the breath to be a reflection of the movement. Exhale, slowly release. Last one, inhale for 8, if you can get the inhale there, or as close to 8 as you possibly can. Exhale, empty all of your breath. Sweep the arms wide and above the head, catch a hold of the hands in prayer. And then exhale, deep bow into the legs as you empty all the breath out. Step back to downward facing dog. And take the hands now about one handspan in to meet you. So a little bit shorter downward facing dog. Take the left hand just slightly off the mat and lift the right leg to the sky as you breathe in. Notice how the chest moves a little bit closer to the thigh. Now you've taken that extra handspan in. Keep lifting through the inner arch of the back leg and keep pressing through the heel. Option to come onto the fingertips of the left hand, or option to work the balance, take the hand off and spiral the fingers to the back of your mat. Keep lifting through the inner thigh, ground down through the right hand for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the left hand back to the floor, knee to nose, tiger curl, shoulders stack wrists, and then step the foot through the hands and ground the back heel bone down for warrior 1. Rise all the way up. And then you can adjust that back leg as you need, maybe step it a little bit further to the left, so it gives you a little bit more balance in the shape. Then straighten the front leg, take the hands down beside the body. Interlace the hands. Inhale, bend into the front knee, palms flick to the sky. Exhale, release, straighten the arms, draw the hips back. Inhale for 6, bend, palms to the sky. Exhale, release. One more for 7, inhale. And you'll hold, stay for the out breath. Now, see if you can draw the lowest ribs to the back body and drop the tail in. Press the palms further to the space above and imagine breathing into the heart at full capacity. So inhale either 7 or 8.
Let go of how long the exhale should be. Just make the inhale as calm, as comfortable as it can be, but to the maximum capacity. One more big breath in. Release the hands to frame the front foot as you exhale. Half moon. Step into the front knee, right hand slightly out in front, and then spiral the hips towards the left side. So this is where you can use the hand on a block. I like to place the left hand on the hip to begin. Powerfully engage the toes to the shins on that lifted leg. And every inhale, can you track length through the spine? And on every exhale, spin the navel slightly to the left side. Option to lift up with the left hand, broaden through the collarbones. If you want to work more of the balance, then spin the gaze towards the top fingertips. A little bit hard for me on this mat and carpet underneath. Take a slow breath into the pelvic bowl. Exhale, spin the navel slightly to the left more. Keep lifting that left leg from the inner thigh. Keep kicking through the heels for 5. Fan through the collarbones for 3, 2, 1. Spin the gaze down. Both feet to meet back at the front of the mat. Scoop the ground, bend the knees, chair pose, Utkatasana. Interlace the hands behind the lower back. Straighten the legs, lift the heart and fold. Forward fold. Relax the hands, release the neck. Bend the knees as much as you need. Take a slow breath in. Open mouth, exhale. 2 more. Release the hands to the floor, step back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take the hands, one hand span in to meet you. Take the right hand slightly off the mat, lift up the left leg. Keep lifting through the inner thigh. Option to come onto the fingertips of the right hand. Option to spin the fingers to the back of the mat to work the balance for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both hands to the mat, knee to nose, tiger curl. Step the foot through the hands, ground the back heel bone down and rise for Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Adjust the feet again as you need. Steady the gaze out in front. Release the hands down beside the body, straighten the front leg. Interlace the hands, bend into the front knee for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Inhale for 6. Exhale. 7. And hold. Draw the front ribs into the back body, lower the tail, reach the palms to the sky, but soften the shoulders down the back. Notice the breath. Okay. Release the hands, straighten the front leg. Ardha Chandrasana, other side, half moon. Bend into the left foot, left hand slightly out in front. Lift the back leg. Aim to stack the hips. And then aim to stack the shoulders. Right hand on the hip to begin. Get the alignment, kick through the lifted
heel of the right leg. And then option to release the hand to the sky and spiral the gaze up. For 5, 4, 3, fan through the collarbones, 2, 1, gaze down, both hands to the floor, step at the front of the mat, forward, fold. Take a halfway lift to breathe in. Exhale, bow into the legs, empty all the breath. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forward to plank pose. Take the right hand in the center of the mat, drop the heels to the right side. So side plank, Vashisthasana. Option to bend that bottom knee if it's a little bit too much. Otherwise, aim to stack the heels, aim to stack the shoulders, lift the right hand to the sky. Again, fan through the collarbones, ground down through the bottom hand to lift the side waist more. And then spin the palm to the front edge of the mat and take the hand over the head, beginning to breathe more into the top lung. If you can, take the pinky finger below the crown, press down through the bottom hand to lift the waist higher for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the gaze to the floor, high plank. Either stay here or take a vinyasa, lower chaturanga. Upward facing dog or baby cobra, downward facing dog to pull back. Inhale, ripple forward, plank pose. Left hand in the center of the mat, drop the heels to the left side. Stack the hips, squeeze the shins in, lift up with the right hand. Spin the gaze up. Right hand moves towards the front of the mat, begin to bow the shape. Breathe into the whole right side. Top lung expands for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spin the gaze down, both hands to the floor, downward facing dog. Either stay here or take a vinyasa. Knees to the mat as you inhale. Flatten the feet, sink the hips back to heels as you exhale, child's pose. Rest the front part of the brain down onto the earth. Soften through the shoulders, the belly. Just have a little moment to rest and relax. Notice the breath. Okay. On your next breath in, press down through the hands. Inhale, ripple forward, tabletop. Tuck the toes, drop the belly, lift the heart. Move back, downward facing dog. Lift the right leg to the sky as you breathe in. Take the left hand, walk both hands in, about another hand span to meet you. Take the left hand off the mat. Work the balance, either come onto the fingertips or spread the fingers to the back of the mat. Keep lifting high through the right leg. Option to add on, bend the top knee. Maybe grab a hold of the foot, if you can find it, for scorpion dog. Press down through the right hand for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently release the back foot. Take the hand back on the mat, knee to nose, tiger curl. Step the foot through, ground the back heel bone down and rise again, warrior 1. Straighten the front leg and take the right hand now on the base of the spine, right at the bottom, and flick the palm to the back of the mat. Take a deep breath in to lengthen through the side body, and as you exhale, reach forward, come all the way down. Chin slightly dropped into the chest. Inhale to come all the way back up. Exhale all the way back down. Okay, find a halfway lift to breathe in. For 8 seconds, come back into the forward fold. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale all the way back down. Halfway lift to breathe in. 8 seconds takes you back into the forward fold. 1 more. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale all the way back down. Find a halfway lift, breathe in. And then exhale, fold into the shape. Option for left hand outside of the right, so pinky finger at the side of the pinky toe. And then I lift my navel, my belly, and I spin it slightly to the right. Option to release the right hand to the sky and spin the gaze towards the middle fingertip. So notice how my right hip is moving back, slightly guiding the left hip forward so the hips are even. And every inhale, I'm finding more length through the spine. And on every exhale, I'm spinning the belly button more to the right side. Spinning the gaze all the way up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gaze down. Make the left hand catch a hold of the right wrist. Lift the chest for halfway. And then exhale, fold back over the leg. Just gently relax the neck. Then release the hands to frame the front foot. Step back to downward facing dog. Either stay here or take a vinyasa. Pull the navel back for downward facing dog. Walk the hands, one handspan in to meet you. Left leg lifts to the sky on the breath in. Take the right hand slightly off the mat. Keep lifting through the inner thigh of the left leg. Option to work the balance. Come onto the fingertips. Maybe spin the fingers to the back of the mat. Maybe you catch a hold of the foot. Keep pulling the chest to square off even with the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Knee to nose, tiger curl. Step the foot through the hands and rise, warrior one. Straighten the front leg. Left hand sweeps on the base of the spine. Take a big breath in. And then exhale to fold. Halfway lift to breathe in. 8 seconds takes you back into the forward fold, empty it all. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale all the way back down. Halfway lift, breathe in. 8 seconds, empty it all. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale all the way back down. One more, halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, 8 seconds to fold. Right hand on the outside of the right foot. Lift the belly, spin it towards the left side. Option to release the left hand to the sky. Keep dragging the left seat back. Working the neck all the way up, fanning through the collarbones. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spin the gaze down. Right hand catches a hold of the left wrist and then fold and bow in the shape. Release the hands to the floor. Step back, downward facing dog. Either stay for 4 counts or ripple forward, a vinyasa. Your choice. Pull back, downward facing dog. Lower the knees to the mat on the inhale. Flatten the feet, sink the hips back to the heels as you exhale. Slow breath in. Long breath out. 5 more. Inhale, come back to all fours. Hug the elbows in and come all the way down onto the belly. Keep the thumbs rested at the side of the ribs and hug the elbows in. Press all 10 toenails down into the mat and inhale, lift the chest. Then separate the feet about 8 inches apart and draw the heels to the buttocks. Keep lifting the heart, drawing the shoulders down, and then maybe extend to press the arms more to straight. And then exhale, release everything back down to the earth. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, draw the heels in. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, lower everything down. 2 more. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Inhale to straighten and hold. Take a big breath into the heart. Maybe send the hands a little bit wider.
Keep drawing the heels in, maybe close down the eyes, drink into the heart. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Just for 3, 2, 1. Lower everything down. Spin the gaze to one side, relax the hands down beside the body. Give the hips a little shake. Have a little pause. Spin the gaze back forward. Lift the chest, and you're going to extend the left arm long and then thread the right arm underneath. So you create this kind of cross of the arms. So we're looking for a beautiful stretch in the top of the right shoulder. Take a big breath in, and then exhale, slowly lower the chin down just to where you get that stretch in the top and in the front of that right arm. If you want more, you can release the left hand down beside the body and work on evening out the shoulders and your hips. Just for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift slightly. Keep the right hand where it is and place the left hand on top of the right wrist. Take the left knee out beside and then let the left hand fall behind. So you come into this beautiful opening for the thoracic and the left shoulder. Make it a preference that the knee is on the floor rather than the left shoulder. Maybe close down the eyes. And allow the exhale now to take you deeper into this twist. So this feeling of letting go, any tension, anything to achieve. And instead close down the eyes and see if you can just be with the exhale now. Okay, slowly extend the left leg long, take the left arm over the head, come all the way back onto the belly, little pillow for the forehead with the hands, little shake out of the hips. Opposite side. Stretch the left arm long, the right arm long, lift the chest, thread the left arm underneath. Keep sending it to the right side, lift the chest a little bit higher, and then exhale, slowly lower the chin down to the mat. If you want more, take the right hand down beside the body, drop the right shoulder down. Okay, taking the right hand on your left wrist this time, right knee out beside. Right falls behind, chest to the sky. Preference of the knee on the floor rather than the shoulder. Gaze towards sky or beyond the right fingertips. Close down the eyes, begin to soften in. Just for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly release. Extend the left leg long. Come all the way back onto the belly. Take the thumbs at the side of the lowest ribs. Hug the elbows in. Press down through the feet. And inhale, lift the heart. And then lift the right leg to the sky. And take the left leg to join. Now lift the left leg a little bit higher and bring the right leg to join. Either stay here or remove the hands. Make a clasp, a fist, and draw the fist down in between the heels. Chin slightly down to the front of the mat just for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release, lower everything down, spin the gaze to one side, close down the eyes, just settle into the breath. Relax. Thumbs at the side of the ribs, press all the way back to child's pose, so just a little bit of a counter pose for the back bend. Let the hips sink back, let the heart melt down. Then walk the hands all the way to the right side. As far to the right as you can get it, and draw the left seat back. Begin to send the breath into the whole of the left side, left lung, left ribs, left hip. And slowly walk the hands all the way to the other side. Gently draw the right seat back. Breathe into the right space. Slowly walk the hands back to center. And then walk the hands all the way in. So you're going to come to sit back onto the heels, either feet flat or tuck the toes. Sit on the heels. And then you're going to interlace the hands behind the lower back. Make a big fist. And as you pull the fist down the back, lift the heart. And as you exhale, take the fist all the way to the right side body and drop the right ear down to the right shoulder. Allow this left shoulder to melt down and away. And allow the weight of the head to pull more to the right. Close down the eyes, begin to soften in. Slowly lower chin all the way down to the chest. And all the way back. Just trying to find all the points that feel tight or stuck in that line, and then come back to that point. Take some deeper breaths in. And then let go into that space on the out. Just for 5. Slowly lower the chin all the way down to your chest. Take a big breath into the heart, pull the fist down, lift the heart. Exhale all the way to the other side. Left ear, left shoulder, right shoulder melts down and away. Slowly lower chin to chest. All the way back. Finding that point that feels stuck or jarred. And then hold in. Slowly lower chin, back down to chest. Pull the fist down, one last breath into the heart. Lift the heart towards the collarbone. And release. Spin onto one side of the hips and come all the way down onto the back. What time is it? Take the hands down beside the body, the knees in line with the hips. Press down through the feet and take the hands over the head as you breathe in and lift the hips towards the sky. Then keep the hips lifted and take the hands down again beside the body, and then interlace the hands behind the lower back and walk the shoulders in. If this is too much, place a block underneath the sacrum, supported bridge. Then take a slow breath into the heart. And as you exhale, ground the upper outer arms down into the mat. This time, breathe in for 8. And exhale. In for 7. Hold for 1. And exhale. Take a breath in for 6. Hold for 2. Exhale. Breathe in for 5. Pause for 3. Suspend the breath, suspend the mind. Exhale. In for 4. Pause for 4. Slowly release the shoulders and gently come all the way back down. Guide the knees into the chest, big squeeze. Maybe a little rock left and right. Plant the left foot into the earth, interlace the hands behind the right knee. Send the leg towards the sky and just begin to spin the ankle in one direction on this side. And the other way. Figure 4 shape with the legs, right ankle, left thigh. Hands interlace behind the left knee or in front. Relax the shoulders, soften the eyes down. And gently release the left foot to the floor. Right hand grabs a hold of the right sole of the foot, half happy baby. So draw the right knee down and beside the ribs. Imagine stepping on the ceiling with the foot and keep the left hand on the left hip to hammock the hip down. If you want more, extend the left leg long, but keep the inner thigh rolling down to the floor and keep kicking through the left heel, keeping the leg strong and activated. 4, 5. Soften the hips. 4, 3, 2, 1. Left hand, right knee, spinal twist. Drop the knee all the way to the left side. Right arm extends outside of the right shoulder. Either gaze towards the fingertips or gaze to the sky. Then can you begin to soften in more with the out breath in this shape? So beginning to let go of how this shape might look or the form, and just begin to settle into the out breath, allowing the muscles to relax, the efforts to slowly melt away. Slowly release, come all the way back onto the back. Guide both knees into the chest, maybe a little rock left and right. Massage the lower part of the back. Plant the right foot heavy into the earth, interlace the hands behind the left knee, big spin of the ankle on this side. And a big spin the opposite way. Piriformis stretch, figure 4, left ankle, right thigh. Hug the whole shape in. Relaxing the neck on the floor. Release that right foot to the floor, half happy baby this side. Left hand reaches for the inner sole of the foot. Imagine standing on the ceiling, sole of the foot flat, working the knee out and down beside the ribs, then option to extend the right leg long. Inner thigh plugs down. Right hand, left knee, take it into a spinal twist, other side. Left arm extends to the left shoulder, either soft gaze, fingertips or soft gaze to the sky. Begin to melt into the twist with every out breath, closing down the eyes. Beginning to soften in. And then slowly return back onto the back, guide both knees into the chest. Full happy baby, both hands take a hold of the insoles of the feet. Then work the knees out and down beside the ribs. Imagine standing on the ceiling so the feet are flat. And then I soften the hips, but I use the energy of the arms to pull the knees out and down beside, gently drawing the tail to the mat. Shoulders relaxed for 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Take any last minute adjustments or shapes you might need. Otherwise, set yourself up for your final shape, Shavasana. So maybe grabbing a bolster or anything else, maybe a pillow underneath the knees. Giving yourself enough space, letting the hands and the feet fall away from the body. The palms flicking towards the sky. Beginning to let go of all your efforts, including the breath. And maybe just scanning the body one last time from the crown to the feet. To see if there's any muscles that you can work on relaxing, releasing. And then slowly beginning to dissolve into your final resting shape, Shavasana. Taking as much time as you need. Blessings for a beautiful day. Namaste.